Here we go.
Okay. Hi guys, it's Taryn and Celeste, your tutors. Seeing that no one is on my tutorial slot today, no one's coming on, and neither with Celeste. Those of you who are watching at home, hi, we're going to do it together because it's a bit more interactive that way.
Yeah.
And I have Salt River and you have?
I have Doxa and a few other locations as well.
Okay, so from
Victoria Park.
From my side, for my students, I hope you guys were satisfied with your marks. There are some of you that emailed and said thank you and that asked questions for the following assignment on assignment 4. It is due today, the 22nd, and then marks will be out 2 weeks from now, so 2 weeks from today. If there's anything that you guys want to query, please email us. The email is on the slides. And then this is our last tutorial for the day or for the semester. So yeah,
until the month break.
Until your month break. And then so far, most of my students improved. There are 1 or 2 failures, but that's only because of late submissions. You guys either got in the 60s, and then it's like, you know, minus 14% late, a few days late, more than 5 days late, and then, you know, it's a failure. But yeah, you guys can email me according to that, and then we can speak about that.
Yeah. Okay, and then on my side, there were a lot of improvements on the assignment. I see most of you have been listening to the comments that I've been giving. For my students, the last day training is the 29th of May. Nothing after that. Like the link will be closed to upload, so make sure that after the 29th, there's no more submissions that you guys have already submitted. Referencing. I need to just stress this because you guys are losing like 20% just for no referencing or referencing that is incorrect. We have to be using the Harvard referencing style, and that is found, like we've stressed, it's found on Funda Resources tab, the 2014 Academic Guidelines. If you don't find it there, then please email me. Our emails will be up on the slide presentation. Then I'll just get back to you about that because I don't want you guys to lose easy marks just to incorrect referencing styles. Okay. So today we're going to be discussing late adulthood. This is the age bracket of 65 and up. In Erikson's stages, this is integrity versus despair, and that is his 8th stage. So we'll be discussing this, and then if there's no one to have discussions with, then we will just state the answers afterwards.
And it's a continuation from not last week, the week before, early adulthood, and this is late adulthood. So the slides should flow into one another like normal.
Okay, you guys can just follow on the slide presentation.
Okay. Okay, so it's developmental psych. This is tutorial.
With the last tutorial.
The last one, yes. Late adulthood. This is old age. Is generally considered to begin at about 65 years of age. And then, like Celeste mentioned, Erikson suggests that this time is important to find meaning and satisfaction in life rather than to become bitter and disillusioned. And to resolve this conflict, it's normally integrity versus despair. And then integrity versus despair is the 8th and final stage of Erikson's theory of the psychosocial development. And if you guys remember, we've been doing it since infancy until now. The stage occurs during late adulthood from age 65 throughout the end of your life. And during this period of time, people reflect back on their life, the life that they lived, and come away with either a sense of fulfillment from their life or a sense of regret and despair over a life misspent. That's like things that they didn't fulfill in life or things that they would have liked to have done and that they didn't get a chance to do.
Okay, so the major question in this age bracket would be, did I live a meaningful life? And the answer to that would be, if they have lived a meaningful life, they would be able to develop wisdom and not become bitter. And then the important event is reflecting back on their life, either positively or negatively, which leads them to bitterness. Cognitive changes. The study of cognitive changes in the older population is quite complex. Response speeds have been reported to decline. Some researchers believe that age-related decrease in working memory is a crucial factor underlying poorer performance by the elderly on cognitive tasks. Okay, so here we actually see an image of a brain deteriorating. On the right-hand side, we have a 65-year-old brain as opposed to a younger brain. And at the bottom, you can actually see the shrinkage of the hippocampus. And on the top, enlarged ventricles. When comparing it to the other side, those ventricles are significantly larger, which actually cause many problems cognitively for individuals in this age bracket. The disorders that are quite prevalent in this age bracket are dementias, which are usually responsible for cognitive defects in older people. Alzheimer's disease, which I'm sure many of you have heard of before, it is a progressive, eventually fatal disease that begins with confusion and memory lapses and ends with a loss of ability to care for oneself.
Okay, and then there's another one that's retirement. At age 65 is the conventional choice for many people, although some work until much later in life. People have been found to be happy in retirement if they are not forced to retire before they're ready and they have enough income to maintain an adequate living standard. And then what are some of the changes experienced in late adulthood? Physical, cognitive, social, and emotional. Okay, physical changes.
I'm going to wait and see for some will respond, perhaps.
Okay, we can check.
If anybody wants to respond to the discussion question, we hope we have some participants that might have joined us. Okay, if there's nobody joining, then okay, we'll move on.
Or you guys can write in the Q&A in the question and answer section.
Yeah, we'll give 5 minutes and then we'll check to see if there are any answers.
Okay.
Is it mute?
Okay, no one's asking questions so long.
Okay, so the Q&A is enabled, so we'll just check from time to time if you would like to respond to the discussion question. It will be nice to have some interaction, but otherwise no pressure then.
Skip down. No, it's not. This one is. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so there was no. So we're going to be discussing physical, cognitive, social, and emotional. Physical changes. People typically reach the peak of their physical strength and endurance during their 20s, and then it gradually declines. Bone mass diminishes, especially among young women, leading to bone density disorders such as osteoporosis or arthritis. And then muscles become weaker unless exercise programs are followed. The skin dries and becomes less flexible. This is a loss of, I think it's called elasticity, yes. And then hair loss occurs in both sexes. There's also a decrease in sensitivity in taste, touch, hearing, and vision. And then loss in height is caused by compression of the spinal column and the softening of muscle and bone tissue. This also changes the result of posture, I think, yeah, posture, with the head held forward and down from the body, seen in by the picture in the older people, yeah. Hunchback, okay, it's a nice picture. And then hearing is also significantly lost at this stage. It sometimes leads to complete withdrawal from social interaction, and then hearing handicaps increases considerably with age, and it's in Roland, Spencer, and Mason. And then hearing losses occur earlier in men than in women. And then vision. Age-related changes in vision during late adulthood include an increase in the threshold of light that is needed to stimulate retinal cells, a decrease in accuracy, this is the sharpness of vision, due to changes in the lens, the pupil, and the accommodation, which is the focusing ability of the eye. And it's also a decrease in adaptation to light and dark environments.
Okay, so we have the next discussion question. So just feel free to participate if you can. What are some of the changes experienced in late adulthood? We've discussed a few now. If you have any others, or if you want to include what we've said now, you can just type it in the Q&A. We'll give a minute for that. go to screen share. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there is.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a question for you. What are some of the changes experienced in late adulthood? Okay, so we'll move on. Okay. So there are two theories for successful aging when it doesn't lead to bitterness. These are two theories that will actually show how successful aging is possible. The disengagement theory states that as people age, their withdrawal from society is normal and desirable as it relieves them from responsibilities and roles that have become too difficult for them. This process also opens up opportunities for younger people. Society benefits as more energetic young people fill the vacated positions. The next theory is the activity theory. Activity is necessary to maintain a life of quality, that one must use it or lose it, no matter what one's age, and that people who remain active in all respects, physically, mentally, and socially, adjust better to the aging process. So we all know the physical, as you can see at the bottom, which will be keeping fit and exercise. Mentally, I don't know if you've seen older people sometimes sit with crossword puzzles. This is basically to stimulate the minds so that they strengthen their mental abilities, even though it is declining. Yeah.
Okay. That was the end of the slides for late adulthood. It wasn't much, but you guys can see if you follow from the tutorials online and your readings. That's all that there is on late adulthood. So, what are the discussion questions?
Your lecturer wanted us to inquire from you. What did you take from this experience? Like, whatever you have learned, how is it that you can apply things that you've learned, and what was your favorite part of the course as well? But if you don't have any participants, then we won't be able to do this discussion. So at the moment, there are no participants. Okay, we have one participant. Would you just like to perhaps just tell us maybe how you found this experience of developmental psychology and what your favorite part of it was, and how you can apply this in your life? We'll just give 5 minutes. Okay. You see we've got Catalia Adams on board. If you want, you can comment on the YouTube link and we'll get your answers there or your questions.
What was yours?
What is my favorite part?
Because I mean, we've been together now from infancy until now, until late adulthood. It's been a few weeks, like every second week, and we've done the entire lifespan. I mean, that's actually quite nice. Developmental psych is an interesting module.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is infancy. Just if I remember everything from infancy, how the embryo is formed, and from mitosis to what was the other one? Yeah, when the cells split in mitosis, how genes are formed, how an actual baby grows
to embryos and
from an embryo to a fetus. That's all interesting when you learn about life.
Also, I think like how abortion, even at its small, how many weeks was it? Even at 8 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks, even aborting a child at age, we can actually see how many organs have actually formed by then. So there's quite a debate about that. So it was interesting to see. I think parenting styles for me as well. Authoritative parenting, permissive parenting, and actually how that affects the child now, in their age now. Neglectful parenting, even attachment, like
attachment was good.
Unhealthy attachments, insecure attachments. I mean, just to show that how children feel like that they're not lovable, or children feel, adolescents, adults even, they feel as though they can't get intimate with somebody else because they're just expecting that person to negatively influence.
And for me, I also liked the social and emotional environment, because normally we just speak about physical and what happens as a person, but you don't always think of external forces, like how the environment influences your life and you, and that. So I found that also interesting.
Anything else? What else is there? What else?
And then speaking of integrity versus despair, Erikson's last stage, which we were covering today, what would you guys think is the most obvious, not the most obvious reaction, but the most normal, I'm putting that in inverted commas, experience that you would anticipate, I guess? Because no one normally thinks of despair at that age, but if you didn't fulfill things in your life, or if you didn't do things that you wanted to do, Erikson states that that could happen. What do you guys think? No, actually, phrase that question.
And what is it that you can do so that you won't lead to a sense of bitterness in your old age? Like sometimes you get, I know we've also discussed how men go through a phase where they just want to be young again, and they just want to do these young things because they feel that they haven't fulfilled everything they could have when they were younger. So now in their old age, after they've had children and all of that, midlife crisis, and they feel as though now they want to go buy that sports car, now they want to go and do weird hairstyles, gel on the hair, things that they haven't done before, just because they feel that they've missed out on something. So what she's asking basically is, how can we prevent that from happening and actually have a sense of reflecting over our life and actually feeling like we've accomplished something, and we don't actually need to revert back to an earlier stage because we want to make up for that.
Or feel stagnant in the stage that you're in.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to speak about this discussion forum 5?
Oh, yes. So the discussion forum actually counts 15% of your mark.
You guys can see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be back to front. Yeah. Yeah, so it counts 15% of your mark. So just make sure that you keep commenting in the discussion forum, because we will be monitoring that for comments so that can add to your mark. And you know, even though it's a 15%, it can either push you to an A or drop you down to a C or D. So that's easy marks over there. And even if your answer is wrong, just your participation is needed, basically.
I'll check it this week and just try and discuss with you guys if you guys are on there.
Yeah. Oh, what else? Is there anything else there, do you think? What else is there?
I've actually, this is my first time doing a online tutorial with my salt of people. I've actually enjoyed you guys a lot this semester. There are times when I was alone and just speaking to you, so those of you that are at home that watch it, if there is anything you would like to know, please email me. Other than that, I guess I will see you next semester. But I enjoyed it, and good luck for exams. Study well.
No, I don't think they're writing exams. I think it's...
Well, you're not writing for developmental psychology, saying in general, just for
your other,
else.
If there's anything else, On my side, I think I still would like students to email me a bit more. I think I've probably received about emails from just 2 people on the assignment, and I've seen the people that have emailed me, actually their marks are a lot higher. Yeah, and the thing is, I'm okay with answering emails, and I tend to emails as soon as I can, so feel free to send us emails. And then next semester, you guys will do Intro to Psych. Just always I need to emphasize, check the academic guidelines, because it's helped me when I was studying, and it will help you very much, because they actually give in-depth examples of how to index reference. It will say on the how to index reference a journal. What else is it? Books. It's very specific.
Internet sources, because I know you guys use the internet a lot, but then you don't cite it properly. And then your index referencing, you put the whole www wherever you found the site, and that's not the correct formation for index referencing. So I think it's on page 9 in the academic journal. You guys can go check that.
Yeah, and once again, if you can't find it, just be sure to email me or Taryn or the lecturer. Let's just see. So whoever's gotten really poor marks, and they feel, and poor marks maybe in the 50 bracket, and they feel they would like to up their mark, you can resubmit by the 30th of May. So you need to do that by the 30th, and that's the cut-off date. This is for like maybe assignment 1, assignment 2, where you just feel that you could have done better and your mark is really low and it might be keeping you from passing. Then you can resubmit by the 30th, and no later than the 30th, because the marks seem to be in.
And that goes to me as well, because like I said, if I failed people, it's only because of late submissions. Like you'd have either gotten in the 50s or 60s, and then marks are deducted because it's submitted so late. And other than that, you guys do improve. Like I know, Nadine, if you're watching, you are watching. If you email us, we do tend to get back to you guys, and then you can, you normally ask, like if you're not sure what the assignment question is. Like a lot of you are, your intros, how can I say? You're writing what the assignment is about, but I had a few who wrote on Freud stages instead of Erikson psychosocial stages. So if you're not sure on the assignment itself, it's just easier to email first.
Yeah, just ask so that we can, And I mean, if you are the students who are pushing for A's, also just email if there's any questions about anything. That's why we are here. That's why we are your tutors, because we actually care about your marks, and we want you to, So just feel free. I haven't been utilized yet that much, so feel free to email me with your questions. If there's not anything else, I see we have another viewer on there. No, she's off again. So if there are no questions, we will see you after your month break with Intro to Psych. Okay.
And after exams, enjoy the break, get dressed, and then we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.